Welcome back to CoinQuest, where we talk about rare coins, coin values, and hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket change. Today, we're going to dive deep into the Jefferson 5-cent nickel from 1996, a coin that many people overlook, but one that can hold surprising value, depending on condition, errors, and the current market. If you have a 1996 nickel lying around, you may want to give it a closer look after this video. Let's start with the history. The Jefferson nickel has been one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. First introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, the design features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, on the obverse side. On the reverse is Jefferson's home, Monticello, a beautiful piece of architecture that has remained iconic on the nickel for decades. Felix Schlag was the designer, and although the coin went through some design updates in later years, the 1996 version still carried the traditional Monticello reverse and the classic Jefferson portrait that had been used since its first release in 1938 BY 1996. The U.S. Mint was producing millions of Jefferson nickels each year for everyday circulation. This means that most 1,996 nickels you find in change will only be worth their face value of 5 cents if they are worn from circulation. However, not all coins are created equal. Collectors always search for high-grade examples that are preserved in mint state condition, as well as special errors and varieties that could drastically increase value. Now let's talk about mint marks. The 1996 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark for proof coins. Philadelphia and Denver produced hundreds of millions of coins, while San Francisco produced proof versions that were sold directly to collectors in sets. Proof coins are specially struck using polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish and sharp details. These proof coins can be worth more, especially if graded as deep cameo by a third-party grading company. In terms of value, the majority of 1996 nickels in circulated condition are still worth just 5 cents. But once you move into uncirculated mint state condition, the value can climb. A mint state 1996 nickel with no wear, good luster, and sharp strike can sell for anywhere between $1 and $10 depending on grade. Coins graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC become much more desirable to collectors, and prices can jump into the $20 to $50 range. The real money, however, comes from errors and top-graded examples. There are known error varieties of the 1996 nickel, such as off-center strikes, double dies, clip planchets, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. Some of these error coins have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction because they are so rare and collectors love unique pieces. Another big factor is grade rarity. For example, a 1996 Jefferson nickel graded MS67 or higher with full steps on a Monticello can fetch hundreds of dollars, sometimes even more. The full steps designation is extremely important to collectors of Jefferson nickels, because it indicates that the steps on Monticello on the reverse side are fully struck and visible without any breaks. These full-step nickels are much harder to find, especially from circulation, and that drives up demand and value. Now let's talk about the current market value. Right now, in today's coin market, a standard circulated 1996 nickel from your pocket change is worth 5 cents. An uncirculated coin in MS60 to MS64 can be worth between $1 and $5. Higher grade examples in MS65 to MS66 can sell for around $10 to $30. A 1996 nickel with full steps in MS67 or higher can sell for $100 or more, depending on demand and auction activity. Proof coins from San Francisco generally sell for $2 to $5 if raw, but deep cameo proofs graded PR69 or PR70 by PCGS or NGC can sell for $50 to several $100s. Error coins can bring in even more, sometimes over $1,000 if the error is dramatic and unique. The key takeaway is this: check your change carefully. Most nickels from 1996 may only be worth face value, but under the right conditions or with special characteristics, they could be worth much more. Collectors are always searching for top-graded coins and unique errors, which means even a common year like 1996 can hold hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the 1996 Jefferson nickel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another coin collecting video. Share in the comments below if you have any 1996 nickels and what condition they are in. Who knows? Maybe you already have a valuable coin hiding in your pocket or coin jar. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, where we explore the fascinating world of coins and uncover the hidden treasures that might just be sitting in your pocket change today. We're going to take a deep look into the Jefferson 2004 5-cent nickel coin that not only holds its face value, but also carries history, design changes, and collectible worth that can sometimes surprise even the most casual coin collectors. The 2004 Jefferson nickel was a very special year in United States coinage history because it marked the beginning of what was called the Westward Journey series to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. This series introduced two completely new reverse designs on the Jefferson nickel, something that had not been seen in decades. And this change made collectors and the general public pay very close attention to their nickels in circulation. In 2004, two designs were issued. The first one is known as the piece metal design, and the second is called the keelboat design. Both were struck during the same year, but they carried different historical themes. On the reverse side, the piece metal design shows the hands of a Native American and a European American clasped together, with a piece metal a symbol of friendship and cooperation during early explorations of the Western territories. The keelboat design, on the other hand, honors the boat that carried the Lewis and Clark expedition up the Missouri River toward the Pacific coast. These designs made the 2004 nickels instantly recognizable and highly collectible compared to the classic Monticello design we had seen for so many years now. Let's talk about the obverse side. In 2004, the portrait of Thomas Jefferson by Felix Schlag remained the same as it had since 1938, showing Jefferson facing left. It would not be until 2005 that the obverse would receive a new updated portrait. So, in this transitional year, collectors were treated to a mix of the traditional Jefferson obverse combined with brand new reverse designs when it comes to mint marks. These coins were struck at both the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark and the Denver Mint with the D Mint mark. And of course, proof coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint with the S Mint mark. The proofs were made with higher quality, striking, and mirror-like finishes, making them highly sought after by collectors who prefer pristine coins for their sets. So, what about the value of the 2004 Jefferson nickel today? In circulated condition, both the piece metal and the keelboat designs are generally worth their face value of 5 cents since they were produced in large quantities. However, collectors and dealers often look for coins in uncirculated condition or high mint state grades. For these, the value can increase significantly. In mint state 65 condition, these coins could be worth around $2 to $5, depending on demand and quality. Higher grade examples, especially those graded mint state 67 or above, can reach prices between $25 and even up to $75 or more at auction. When the strike, luster, and eye appeal are exceptional, proof coins from San Francisco can also carry more value, typically ranging from $3 to $10, depending on the condition and whether they are deep cameo proofs. If you happen to have a graded proof in PR 69 or PR 70 condition, the value can go much higher, sometimes reaching $30 to $50 or even more for collectors building high-end sets. One very important thing to keep in mind with the 2004 nickels is the possibility of errors and varieties which can make an ordinary-looking coin worth a lot of money. Some examples include double die errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, or misaligned dies. Error nickels from this series can sell for hundreds of dollars, depending on rarity and condition, so it always pays to carefully inspect your 2004 nickels with a magnifying glass or have them evaluated by a professional coin grader. Another collectible aspect of these coins is the historical context. The 2004 nickels were part of a 4-year program that dramatically changed the way Americans looked at their nickels. Before this program, the design had stayed mostly the same for over 60 years. So when these coins entered circulation, they were a breath of fresh air for collectors and non-collectors alike. They sparked interest in younger generations and also honored one of the most important explorations in American history. To summarize, the 2004 Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin is more than just 5 cents in your pocket. It is a piece of history with special designs celebrating the Lewis and Clark expedition. The Peace Medal and the Keelboat coins both carry stories of American heritage and adventure. While most are worth face value in circulation, uncirculated examples, proofs, and error coins can bring much higher values into the hands of collectors. Some of these nickels can be worth dozens or even hundreds of dollars if you have the right variety or condition. So, next time you are checking your change, keep an eye out for the 2004 nickels, because you never know when one might be worth more than you expect. Coin collecting is not only about profit, but also about the journey of discovering history through everyday coins. And this series is a perfect reminder of that. Thank you for watching and learning about the Jefferson 2004 nickel coin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more coin value guides and history lessons. Until next time, happy hunting, and may you find that valuable coin hiding in plain sight. Today, we are diving deep into the world of coin collecting and exploring the Jefferson 5-cent nickel from the year 2002. This coin may seem like just an ordinary nickel at first glance, but as any serious collector knows, even modern coins can hold hidden treasures and surprising values. If you know what to look for, the Jefferson nickel has a long and fascinating history. It was first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, and it has remained a staple in American pocket change ever since. Featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag and Monticello Jefferson's historic Virginia home, on the reverse, the design stood the test of time for decades and has become one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. circulation. By the year 2002, the Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for over 60 years, and millions of coins were minted that year across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, along with a smaller number from the San Francisco mint for proof sets. Because so many coins were struck, it is easy to assume that the 2002 nickel is not rare. But in coin collecting condition, rarity and errors can completely change the value of what looks like an ordinary 5-cent piece. Most 2002 Jefferson nickels found in everyday circulation will be worth only their face value of 5 cents. However, collectors are always on the lookout for coins in pristine condition. Coins that grade at mint state 65 or higher can fetch much more than face value when sold at auction or through private collectors. For example, a standard 2002 nickel in MS65 condition might bring in a few dollars, while coins graded MS67 and above can sell for hundreds of dollars or more, depending on demand and availability. Now, let's talk about some of the most valuable examples that have crossed the auction block in recent years. One highly graded 2002 Jefferson nickel with perfect strike and strong luster sold for over $1,000 at auction. This shows how condition makes all the difference. A coin straight out of circulation may be common, but one that has been carefully preserved and graded can be worth an incredible amount. Collectors are also interested in error coins from 2002. Some nickels have been found with off-center strikes, double die errors, planchet flaws, and even misaligned dies. These kinds of errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin. For instance, a dramatic off-center strike error on a 2002 nickel can sometimes bring in between $50 and $200 or more, depending on how bold and eye-catching the mistake is. Proof coins from the San Francisco mint, especially in perfect PR 70 deep cameo condition, are also highly desirable, with some pieces selling for hundreds of dollars. When looking at the current market value in 2025, it is important to note that the majority of 2002 Jefferson nickels will still only be worth 5 cents in circulated condition. But if you are lucky enough to find one in pristine condition or with a unique minting error, you could easily be holding a coin worth a lot more. The demand for high-grade modern nickels has been growing, especially among collectors building complete sets and registry sets, and that demand keeps prices steady and in some cases climbing. So the next time you come across a 2002 Jefferson 5-cent nickel, do not just toss it aside. Take a close look at the details, check for errors, inspect the strike and condition, and if it looks flawless, consider having it graded by a professional grading service, because what might look like a common nickel today could actually be a hidden gem worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the coin collecting market. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2002 Jefferson nickel, its history, value, and current market trends. Thank you for joining us on this numismatic journey. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your coin finds in the comments. below, and as always, happy hunting.